Hello and welcome to Precious Memory Box's Junk Journaling. And today we are going to be doing our setup to work through By the Well for God's Identified Kit that they have this month in July of 2023. And so I wanted to show you my setup of how I'm going to work through the devotional. And here's the devotional here. And this month's kit is about finding our identity in Christ. And so what I've decided to do is I'm going to use this stamp, and I've already got the stamp pulled out and put on my stamp block, but it's called Little Letterhead. And this stamp is from April of 2021. And so I'm going to be using it. And what I'm going to do is I'm also using the pattern paper this month from By the Well for God. And I'm using the little mini file folders that you can order from them. Now there's only 8 in a kit. So my thought was I got the paper because I wanted to not only make some more file folders, mini file folders, but I also wanted to make these little ephemera pieces using the pattern paper and my stamp. And I have made 12 of these so far, and I want to have 14, so I'll just kind of show you the ones I've made. And I use the ephemera from the kit to decorate them. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take them, and they're going to be like my focal point, my cluster on the front of my mini file folders. Now I was thinking about doing the file folders this way and standing them up in my box, but I realized that the mini file folders do fit in my Precious Memory Box display box that I have here. You can find these in our Etsy shop at Precious Memory Box on Etsy, and the mini file folders from By the Well for God fit perfectly vertically or horizontally in here. You have a little room if you stand them up on each side, but if you put them in vertically, am I saying that right? No, horizontally, they fit perfectly inside the box. So we're going to attach these to them, and then I think I'm going to put the day I'm journaling, so like day 1, day 2, day 3 on them. And then what we're going to do on the inside is I have this paper from a little notepad that I got from the Dollar Tree. It has 5 different colors of paper in it. Let me move some of this out of the way so you can see it. But it has blue, green, pink, orange, and yellow. And I'm going to use those as the paper I write on. And I'm going to put these in the little file folders, cut them down to size, and use them to write my scriptures on from each day's lesson, from each day's devotional. I also use this paper to create the centers of my little memory boards that I made. So I've already made the 2 extra that we need, and all I did was take my stamp, ink it up, press it on here, and then I cut out the center. Now I'm going to go ahead and grab a couple pieces. Let's move all this of the paper, and let's see, we've got some scraps here. Let's use our scraps. I think they're wide enough. We'll check here and see. Are these wide enough? Looks like they're just barely wide enough, so we'll go ahead and use them. And we're going to make 2 more of these. And let's see, let's see if we have one of those. And then we'll check here. We've got a polka dot. We've got some of the pink. We do have one of those. Okay. So really we can really do any of them that we want to do. So let's see what we've got here. What we've got extra. That's really, the flowers are really one of my favorite ones. Let's see what's on the reverse side of these. We could do another one with the ink print. And we also have a really pretty pink one. So let's do these 2. All right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to ink up my stamp again. So you've got the inside from the cutout one time, and now we're going to ink it all up again. I'm using Versify black ink, and we're going to line it up on there. And then press down. Press down all around. And what this will do will give you the outline again. And you'll have the spot to glue your inside down. Alright. So there's one. And we're going to do a second one here. And then we'll have all 14. Of our little ephemera pieces, our little clusters we're going to put on the front. Okay. All right. We'll set that over here to the side and I'll clean it up. And what I'm going to go ahead and do is cut these out. All right. Trim that up just a little bit at the bottom. And then we'll cut out this one here. I think this floral is my favorite one this month. All right. And then we'll put our scraps over here, and let's see, let's decide which one do we want on each one. So that would look good. So I think I like it better this way. All right, so I'm going to you can take your glue stick or your liquid glue. I think I'll just take the glue stick. I'm going to get it on the back here, get the corners really well, and then line this up. There we go. So now when I have these two done, we will have 14 clusters for the front of our mini file folder that we are using to place our scriptures, to write out our scriptures in this month, or anything else you want to write out from the lessons, from the devotional that you learn this month. All right. We will also, as we go along here, find a couple more little pieces of the ephemera. So what we need to do next is, I'm going to set these over here and let them dry, is we need to measure, and I forgot to bring my ruler in here. We'll use this to measure our file folder, and our file folder is about 6 inches. So if we're going to put paper in each one of these, and we don't want it to stick out where it can be seen, what I do is the paper I already had, there it is. We're going to have to kind of measure this out and cut it and trim it. Okay, and so looks like we need to make it, let's see, about, by measuring right, about 3 1/2 or 3 3/4. Let's try 3 3/4 first. and see how that comes out. And I'm going to cut off this at the end here. Okay, or not 3 3/4, but 3 1/2. That's going to be way too much, I can already tell. So let me measure this again. Okay, so the paper is 6 inches and the envelope 6 inches. So let's start by cutting it down to 5 and see what happens here. Okay, so we'll get that out there. We'll line it up with 5. All right. There we go. And let's see how that looks. Oh, I think that's perfect. All right, what we're going to do next now, you may want to leave these unattached until you get your scripture writing done. But I want to go ahead and show you what I'm going to do with mine. I'm going to get them all pre-cut today, but I just wanted to show you I'm going to stitch them in with my little sewing machine here. Now you could hand stitch them like you do a 3-hole pamphlet stitch like you would for a junk journal, or you could do a you could staple them in. You could use brads if you want. I'm going to move this over just a little. You know, whatever way you prefer to do it. Try to make that so it's even on both sides. Now you'll have to line your stitching up with your crease here, so you could either go from behind or go from the front, whichever way you want. And let me do this again. I think I've got it a little crooked, so your mini file folder is 6, and if you want to do the paper idea, I made it at 5. You could do any kind of paper in here you want to do. If you want to do like a tea stain paper, you could do that. If you want to do, you know, something else, you could do that as well. Okay, so I've got my little hand sewing machine here, and it's been a while since I used it. So we will have to see if it's gonna, I think I'm gonna have to take this one off there or it's not gonna go through for me. And guess what? It may not work because I need to be able to get this file folder in there. Maybe. We'll see here. All right, we're going to give it a try. It's been a while since I used it, so I'm trying to remember how to use it. Let's see. And it was perfect, all except for my thread came out. It always seems to happen to me. Let's see if we can fix it real quick. But that worked out pretty good there. All right. Let's see if we can get this thread back in there without too much trouble. Don't want you guys to have to sit and watch me thread the needle forever. There we go. Let me get that in there. Pull it through. All right, let me wind that a little bit so I can. Sometimes with these little sewing machines, it's hard to get your hands in there. There we go. All right, let me try again, see if I can hook the thread down below. All right, that should work. All right, let's try it one more time here. See if I can line it right back up with where it was. All right, and here we go. All right, good job, that worked. All right, let me cut that off. There we go. Let's move our little sewing machine out of the way here. Take our clamps off. There's our little pieces. I might cut them off here, trim them. That's some dull scissors there. All right, so look at that. Isn't that cute? And now we can pick out one of our little pieces we want to go on the front. And like I said, you can glue them on. You can pin them on with a little paper clip, which I might do until I'm done. You can stamp day one on here. You can write day one on here. Let's see. What did I do with my little stamps that go along with it? So let me grab my little paper clips, and I think we'll paper clip them on there. And then we'll grab the stamps and add day one to our first one here. All right. So I've got a bunch of little colored paper clips here, but I think I'm going to go with the white ones if I can find them. There they are. Little mini paper clips. And then I'm going to show you how you can either secure them shut, both sides, with these little paper clips, or I'm considering with a few of them taking the little raffia that came along with the kit this month and using that as a closure. All right, so we've got the little mini paper clips, and that'll hold them shut in there. You can still work on them if you want, or you can just leave that on there as decoration. And then, along with the kit this month, we got, this is the little tool that they use to wrap the kits up with each month. And then we've got these little pieces of raffia. And I thought it would be neat, just need to decide where, that we could add a little raffia to it. So we'll set this off and tie it shut. And I am thinking right here in front. So there's a hole there. And Probably would have been good to do that before I did the paper. But let's see if I can find a way to line that up. So I am thinking right about there. All right. And then we can cut this definitely in half. So you could use some of the tulle, you could use some of the raffia, you could use some string, you could just use your paper clips, you can do them each differently. Take some of this raffia here. And once we finish writing our scriptures, we can tie a little bow. With our raffia. Get my fingers to work here. I'll have to retie that, but you guys get the idea there. How come our work area always starts out nice and neat and then it becomes a mess as you go along? So cute. Like I said, you could glue this on, or you can just paper clip it on. And then on the inside, I'm going to be writing the scriptures for each day. And I think I'm going to go ahead, grab my stamps here. And these are the stamps that came along with the kit. And I'm going to do day 1. Sorry if I'm getting out of the camera shy there. Sorry about that. So let's turn this over. We'll get a D, A, and a Y. We'll see how that's going to fit. So we can pull this off to stamp on it. So we've got day and then number 1. We're going to do that right down below in the center of the day. There we go, perfect. All right, so let's ink this up. Move my arm out of the way. There we go, day number 1. And that is how I am setting up my kit this month to work through By the Well for God's Identified. So I hope you guys will join in. Follow on Instagram and follow the ladies from the creative team on YouTube that do videos. There's Mindy and Taryn, Lindsay. I'm missing somebody. Jessa. I know they all do videos on YouTube. And I know Miss Gail and Lenora and a couple of the other ladies. They all do posts on Instagram. So make sure you're following the creative team also. And I hope that you'll come back, and when I get these all done at the end of the month, we'll do a little flip through so that you can see how they all turned out. But they fit perfectly in the little box. And I hope that you guys will work through the kit too this month. Or, follow along. You can use this little setup for anything you're working on. And I hope you'll come back. Don't forget to go to our Etsy shop at Precious Memory Boxes and check out our new Crafty Caddy. It holds 2 4-ounce glues and a large glue stick. I've also got, you can get 6 of your ink, favorite ink in here, and I think I've actually got 4 Distress Oxides and 3 of my other favorite inks. I've got a couple of the daubers in there, got a pair of scissors, and a couple other little odd things, some pins, and you could even hook these little clips right in there if you want to on your box. So it holds quite a bit. Go check that out. Also, the display box that I'm holding my By the Well kit this month is in our Etsy shop, so go check that out also. If you would appreciate if you would like and subscribe and share. And also, once we reach 100 subscribers, we will have a giveaway of one of our precious memory boxes. So it could be the Rolodex box that we have for Faith Decks and Memory Decks cards. It could be a display box, or it could be one of the ephemera desk box. So, like, subscribe, and I hope you follow along and enjoy the videos. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.